Hey, I'm Mark Lugo. I'm excited here to bring to you today my friend Brandon Pena with Prophetic Forerunners. He has a conference coming up, and we just want to spread the word and invite you to come out. So, Brandon, tell us about it. What's happening in your
Man, it's
world?
gonna be fire, man. February 28th. Doors open at 6 o'clock at Church of Acts, 9965 Crewald Road. That's Kriewald in San Antonio. It's gonna be Friday night about 6. It's gonna be Saturday morning at 9, and we'll have an afternoon Saturday at 6, and then Sunday morning, and it might bleed over to Sunday night. But it's going to be called the Scrolls of Daniel, and you can register online if you're not going to be at the meeting. You don't have to register if you're coming in person. There's no charge coming in person. There will be a $39 fee online, of course, just to bless those that are working in the cameras and all that stuff. You can go to www.propheticforerunners.com. That's PROPHETIC runners.com. It's going to be live. You know, there's a lot of people that are having dreams and visions.
Yeah.
And in the times of Daniel, right? The meeting's called the Scrolls of Daniel. We need interpretation of those that understand and interpret visions, understand how to interpret dreams, help people, bless them in the position. I believe there's a lot of hunger right now for people to say, God, what am I supposed to do with my life right now? I've been faithful in church for 20 years.
Yeah.
I've served the community. I've done all of these things. Now I want to build, but what do I build? What does it look like? Right? So that's why we need kings and prophets to be recognized and put in position, right? Without prophets, you can't have kings, because prophets put, here you got Samuel, prayed for David, the next king, right? So we need the interpretation of what is heaven saying? What is the sound of heaven? What is the song over this generation? What is Joel 2:28, right? How the children and the women, what does it look like? What is the word for God for this generation? Not only that, but there's prophets, and there's people right now that are going to be put in place in government, put in place in the school systems, educational system, colleges. Listen, guys, for some of you are like, well, I don't know about this. Well, let me tell you, some of y'all that are wanting to open up a ministry, there's financial government funding for that. Oh, by the time I raise $1 million, well, how do you know that if you don't have something for the youth or the children, that there's not $2-3 million that the government, without holding anything back, could fund your ministry without any conditions, right?
That's right.
So
No
we're in a
strings
good place.
attached.
Yeah.
Hey, and Brandon, then you're not doing this alone, so you have a special guest coming in as well.
Yes. Well, Etienne Bloom is coming in from South Africa. Very powerful speaker. He's spoken to leaders. He's spoken to people into laws. This guy has stories that I can't even begin to tell you, right? And he doesn't just speak to anybody, but he said, man, there's a powerful movement coming in San Antonio. There's a lot of things that I know in San Antonio. I understand that there's, many of y'all may not know, but a guy by the name of Bob Jones. He's a prophet. He's now with the Lord. He's came in, dropped a lot of seed down in San Antonio. We'll be talking about the seed of San Antonio and the seeds over your nations. And I'm telling you, we're going to come. We're going to impart this prayer time to where prayer is not going to turn into activation. This is time to begin to build with what God has given you.
That's it, guys. And that's going to happen later this month, February 28th, and then March 1st and March 2nd.
Yeah.
Tune in. There's going to be like 4 different opportunities where you can tune in. And like you said, the event is free. You come live. But if you're watching through social media, there is a charge for the technology that's being used to make sure that it's streamed to your home, to wherever you're tuning in from. But thank you for your time, guys. Connect, register today. You don't want to miss it.